FortressWars has been around for about 4 years, and with this time many changes has happened. One of the most recent changes is the Herobrine plugin. It seems to cause some trouble and ruckus. It randomly places signs and books within areas normally protected by factions, just so that you can see them. At first it was terrifying, thinking that someone was in my base, but I soon realized that that on-edge feeling was a positive type of feeling. That kind of thrill of, where is he now? And when was he here, gave the server a more horror thrill to the faction environment along with the vampires. Despite all the changes and additions made or taken away, the server seems to maintain a decent player base. During my time on this server, I regularly saw anywhere between 7 to 30 players online, with most being quite friendly. Don't get me wrong, there is plenty of good rivalry on the server. That week I played, I was able to raid till my base was overflowing with stuff. This could be a double-edged sword. I soon came to the conclusion that if my base was full and I had just started, other players are probably just as well off. After raiding a base of a player who had just started and only had 24 hours under his belt, I was taken by surprise by how much he had acquired. Players who know the game and know how to play it well seem to do just fine, while new players who are ill prepared for this kind of server may suffer. It was hard starting off, but once moving around and getting my footing, I was able to grasp more of what this server had to offer. With the server being old and many lootable places, it was a treasure trove of good exploration, and with no map reset in such a long time, you would be hard pressed to get bored. The jobs within FortressWars are a great idea, along with MCMMO, and match the faction type demographic, but the jobs have become overpowering with the older players. In FortressWars, you can have jobs. There are 7 different jobs available to all players and with no restrictions on how many you can join. After joining all 7 jobs, I was able to make $500 easily and quickly with little effort. Within the first 72 hours, I was able to gain $61,000 of in-game cash. And it was at that point I realized why the price of chicken was so high. To combat the ability to make loads of cash quickly, the server has suffered from inflation. This can cause confusion and frustration to new players, and they can quickly turn away from the server. However, on the flip side, players who take the time to figure out how easy it is to make money and all the cool features would become a die-hard fan. With this server, they have many cool hidden gems ranging from airships with movecraft to vampires and auto turrets. But with these great things I noticed the price. Zandalin and I both have great PCs, but without sufficient server hardware to combat these powerful plugins, we both suffered. While I flew through the air above, she was trapped without the ability to make contact with anything, and causing her a ridiculous amount of lag, which would require her to relog. MCMMO will always be a love-hate relationship with me, as it is fun to play but easily exploited, and the faction environment on this server is well thought out. This server is fun to play as well as a challenge with its custom mods and new features. Despite the lag that most faction servers have, this server seems to have all of its fun in a nice little package for you to enjoy. So the final verdict is a solid 7 out of 10. If you enjoy factions and MCMMO with new elements to it, this server might be for you.